Hi everyone, it's Phonics Time Together, session 20 for phase 3, and we're looking at you are graphing together. As per usual, we'll work through some ideas together before you then can sit with your child and go through a phonics lesson. So we're moving nicely through phase 3 and getting towards the end of it. So we're looking at you are and building on from our previous vowel digraphs that we've looked at. So it's coming along nicely. And what we'll do as usual is just go over the pure sounds once again for you. I'll click for have a go at doing them, and then I'll just have a go at saying them myself so you can hear them and see how you did. So are we ready? So we've got oo or o, j, t, p, v, g, d, n. Z, ng, o, z. Y, qu, k. A, s. Sh, I, t, o. W, x, f, b. E, I, O, F. A, R, S. Okay, so later in the video with the children I'll talk about concord speed today. So it's obviously a plane that's no longer in the air, but it's quite a significant piece of machinery, to be honest, because you think about planes that go on holiday in now that do about 300 or 500 miles an hour. This thing did over 1,300 miles an hour, so it's quite a significant piece of machinery and engineering, so I'm going to talk about that later. But anyway, for you, have a go at the sounds on your own now as quick as you can. Well done, that's fantastic. Coming along nicely, and it's those pure sounds that children need, obviously, to be able to do their blending. So if you can do them as well and help, make quite a big difference for your children. Okay, we've got two tricky words that we haven't looked at yet, so we'll be covering those later. And remember that the thing about a tricky word is that they are phonetically decodable, but there's just one bit of it that's tricky from what the children know. So my, we've got the y, the child would normally say y, but that's making an I sound. And then we've got her, which is obviously all one sound with the 3 letters there. So we've got those to cover today. And then you can have a go at practicing and going over the tricky word cards again. With your child, you might just have a dice and a little bit of blue tack on the screen and take turns at doing it. Ideally, you want to take turns and do some sort of timing, because if you do taking turns or timing how long it takes them to get to the end, they're going to end up reading more words that way. But a game's good fun as well if you do want to roll a dice. It's just that they won't end up reading the words as much. Okay, so we're going to look at the phoneme by the UR grapheme. So we've got in surf, in turnip, and we've got in burn. So we're looking at the UR making the sound. And then we will have a go blending with the children. So here we've got t, n, ip, turn, ip. And we can blend that different ways. So the child might be able to just blend it all as we do it. T, n, ip. Might be able to do it. It might be that they might need to do turn and then ip, turn, ip. Or they might want to do tur and then nip, turn, nip. So they can blend it in different parts, but as long as they're blending those sounds together, that'll be great. We've got a few words where the UR grapheme is present. So we've got burn, burp, curl, hurt, fur, turn, curds, and earn. All quite straightforward. Obviously we've got one with the S on today, which is good because we've done that a couple of times as an extra activity for writing, but here we're going to read one with the S on as a good practice as well. We'll get them reading them fluently, hopefully, so this might take a couple of sessions, or they might in the first session be able to just read these words, so it's all good practice, reading the sound. And then we'll give them a big well done. And I forgot to mention that after the sounds, don't forget to give a big well done for doing their sounds well and quickly. That's awesome. And then we'll move on. And the idea behind the sentence, remember, is that today's grapheme is there in red. However, the rest of the words they contain all the graphemes that a child should know up to this point. So there's no surprises in there, and maybe the odd little tricky word as well. So we've got Kevin did a big burp at the chip shop. The cat's fur was thick and long. Jen hurt her arm. She got a burn off a hot pan. Now we've got another chance to stop at the full stop on that third sentence. So we're making sure that they see the full stop and stop, and then start again from the capital letter. Where next? So a nice idea here, if you want to sit back to back with your child and give them a piece of paper and a pencil, you can start saying my word as the grapheme in it. It has an N, so you could use the letter name or you could use the pure sound, and you can gradually give them some clues and they can try and figure out what word you're thinking of. And it's just that back-to-back idea, so they have to use their listening to try and listen to all the clues that you're giving them and having a go at writing the word from the clues that you're giving them, so it should work well. I've been posting lots of ideas on Phonics Time Together, so there's plenty in there as well, so keep checking that out. So huge thank you for, again, spending some time learning all about phonics and being able to support your child. If you could give the video a like, that would be wonderful, or give us a comment and let us know how it's going. I'd really appreciate that. But now's a good time to get your child over and ready for their phonics lesson. Hi everyone, welcome to Phonics Time Together. We're going to learn some new phonics together, but today we need to go over the old ground and revisit what we already know. So we should be sitting ready, nothing in our hands, focusing on the screen, ready to say the phonemes for the graphemes that are coming up on the screen. Okay, so we'll do 4 and then I'll go over them to help out, and then we'll do them super fast. Here goes. U, O. So remember, we've got 2 phonemes for the 2 O's. J, T, P. V, G, D, N. Z, Ng, O, Z. Y, Qu, K. A, S. Sh, I, Ch, O. W, X, F, B. E, A, I, O, F. A, R, S. Fantastic. Now over to you. So today we're going to do concord speed. Now that plane on the screen is called a concord. It no longer flies because it got to a point where it's a little bit dangerous and they had to stop it. But it was so special that people could go on holiday on it and go to different countries on it. And the thing that made it so special was that plane went over 1,300 miles per hour. It was super fast. So I think it could get over to New York in less than 4 hours, which is pretty special. So if that plane went over 1,300 miles per hour, a normal plane that you might go on holiday just does about 300 or 500 miles an hour. So it was extra special and super fast. And it's going to be as fast as you're going to do your sounds. So ready to do your sounds super quick? Let's go. Well done, that's coming on really nicely. Definitely concord speed there. Excellent. Do your special celebration. Looking good. Right, let's move on. Okay, I thought we'd cover another couple of tricky words that we haven't looked at yet. So the first one with the M and the Y is our my tricky word. So it's got a Y at the end, but that is a I sound. So we've got my. So say my. Excellent. So the top word is my. Now the bottom word with a H, the E and the R is her. So even though it's 3 letters, it's just making a sound. Say her. Fantastic. Point to my. Point to her. Excellent. So turn to the person that's working with you and say that tricky word. Well done. Okay, turn to the person near you and say that tricky word. Excellent. So say the word that's got the red ring around it. Well done. My. Say the word that's got the green ring around it. Excellent. Her. So we've got 2 new tricky words there. We've got my and her. And what you can do now is pause the video and play some games with these tricky words. You might go to the start and time how long it takes you to get to the end and try and beat that time. You might take turns with the person that's working with you at reading each tricky word. You might pause the video, roll a dice and play a little game where you can use blue tack on the screen to show who's in the lead. Okay, so do some work on your tricky words, practicing reading them as much as you can. So pause the video. Okay, so it's time to learn a new GPC, and what we've got our grapheme on the screen there, written with a U and a R. Okay, so there's our grapheme for the day, and the phoneme for this is So can you say Excellent. Can you say in surf? In turnip. And in burn. Fantastic. So our phoneme for today is and we would write it with the grapheme U then R. Okay, so they're the 2 letter names U and R, which you can see on the screen. And you might want to put your finger on the U. So we start, I shall show you where we're going to start if you can't remember the U. So we're going to start here on the red dot. I'm going to go down the U and up to here. And then we're going to go straight down to the bottom. On the R, we're going to start here on the dot. We're going to move down to the bottom, up and over. Okay, so there's that say excellent. So if we see that later on, that digraph in our reading, we know it's going to make a sound. So let's have a go at blending that a word that has in it. So we can see our digraph. We always have to spot our digraph to start with, and we've only got one digraph in here. So let's have a look what we've got. We've got ip, turnip, turnip. Fantastic. So you might want to pause the video and have a go at reading that yourself and blending the sounds together. Okay, at this point you could pause the video and just have a go at reading these without my help, or we'll continue together and I can help you through them. Okay, number 1, let's have a go at blending this one. Burn. Number 2, burp, burp. Number 3, curl. Number 4, hurt, hurt. Number 5, fur. Just the 2 phonemes for that one. Number 6, turn. Number 7, curds. And number 8, hern. Now this one, that last one's an interesting one because it's starting with the so it's got the earn. Okay, so you might want to pause the video and practice blending those. That'll be great. And now we can move on to reading some of those words fluently without needing to blend. However, if we do come up to a word and we're not so sure, we might have to blend in our head. So we'll go through the different phonemes, we'll spot if it's got any digraphs, and then we'll blend all those phonemes together, and we will say the word out loud. So pause the video and practice your reading with fluency. Good job everyone, awesome blending there and reading of our words. Keep it up, and you will need to keep doing that sort of same level of reading as we move towards our sentence. So we've got words mixed in here. There are 4 of them hidden in there, well not that hidden really because they've got the nice red writing to show the grapheme. So we can find out but also within these sentences we've got lots of other graphemes we've covered. So pause the video and have a practice at reading. Okay, if you have had a go at reading them, that bottom one, make sure you stop at the sentence, the full stop. So we go, Jen hurt her arm, stop. That's where we stop. And then we go, she got a burn off a hot pan. And we must stop at those full stops. Okay, if you didn't do that, just have another turn now. And all I need to do now is say, well done. This is absolutely fabulous that you dedicated so much time to your reading, and it will be making a difference, okay? So keep it up. So please give a like. I'd love some comments to know how these videos are going, how you're finding them. And if you can subscribe, please do, and then you'll see any further videos coming your way. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.